So today, what we're going to cover, four things basically. One, I'm going to talk a little bit about how entrepreneurs waste money. I don't know. I think we have a sign on our forehead saying, "Here I am, I'll buy anything." So I'm going to dig into a couple of areas where people are spending money maybe that they don't have to. Another thing that I'm going to talk about is how you can identify ways to save money because, you know, it's kind of a twofold thing, right? So we want to stop wasting money, but we want to save money. Ultimately, we want to make more profit. All right. Hey, Kathy, you made it from Florida. I hope you have the sunshine down there because here in Southern Indiana, we've had some gray days. I'm ready for the sun. Okay, so the third thing we're going to talk about is basically an easy way to create your profitable business. Because I don't think we're here because we just have nothing else to do. We want to make money from our business. We might be still in that job, whatever the situation is. The whole idea is to make money. And then I'm going to end the presentation with just showing you a simple way to track your profits, your expenses. I've got a spreadsheet. If you've never gotten the spreadsheet from me before, just let me know in the comments or afterwards. I'll post a link. All right. Does that sound good for everybody? So let's get going. So I only have like 10 different screens open here. So let me see if this is working. And let me just refresh Facebook here. Okay. All right. So let's jump in. Let's talk about these four key elements that you're going to take away today. Whoops. I'm clicking the wrong keyboard here. All right. The first one, wasting money. Now, if you're kind of new to the business, you may not be spending much money in your business. If you've been in the online space for a while, then you're probably spending some money. Okay. And you can let me know in the comments, are you spending money on tech tools or are you spending money on courses, coaches? Where are you spending your money at? The number one problem that I see people wasting money is spending too much money on all the tech tools. Now, here's the deal. When you first are starting out in your business, I get it. You're starting out with a bootstrap and, you're trying to use the free tools. And then you might take the plunge and buy the first thing. I remember way back in the day, I think the first thing I bought was the pro version of Canva. And, I don't even know what it is, $12 a month or whatever. It's a scary step, but I knew it was going to help me in my business. But what happens when we're kind of bootstrapping? Before you know it, you've created this elephant that's duct taped together, and you don't realize that you don't need all of those tools. All right. Is that making sense? And I'm going to talk about how you can circumvent that in just a minute. So that's the first way that a lot of people are wasting money in their business. I do a business assessment with people. And one thing that I like to go over is what we call the tech stack. And we just itemize everything that they're using, whether it's free or paid, and we kind of start trimming that down. The second way that I see a lot of people wasting money are on distractions. Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example of something that I just went through. We're all creatives. That's why we got into the online space, right? And there are so many fun things out there. So I had joined a challenge, and the challenge was all about creating digital products that you can sell on Etsy. Excuse me. And I was all in. It was like, yes, this is going to be so much fun and I can make this money on the side. But then I had to have a talk with myself, my coach, coaching Debbie. And she said, now, wait a minute. What is your focus? My focus really is my coaching in my signature program, because that's what lights me up. I love playing on Canva all day long. You probably do too. Let me know in the comments if you're a Canva girl. We should have Canva badges. But here, excuse me, here's the deal. Another way that we waste money in our business is we get caught up in all of these shiny objects. And then we spend money for this, spend money for that. And then at the end of the day, it's like, holy moly, I can't believe I spent all that money. And how many of us have programs that we've never even opened up? Okay. A lot of this is just distractions from keeping you to your destination. Now, the third thing that I'm going to talk about, and it might rub people the wrong way, but investing in coaching programs that don't deliver. If you've been in the online space for any length of time, you probably have spent some serious money. And let's face it, there's some great marketers out there, but they don't deliver. Nothing is a waste, because I feel like that we can grow from any of these experiences, and you may spend some big bucks on a coach. Even if you get one nugget, if that nugget moves your business, it might be worth it. But if it doesn't, so I like to tell people, pay attention to the things you're investing. Is it really going to move your business to the next level? And then the last thing that I like to point out where we waste money is basically just not tracking our expenses. Now, I'm not a finance girl. I know Carrie does bookkeeping. There's a lot of, I love spreadsheets, but I'm not a finance girl. I'm going to talk about one thing that I did in my business that literally changed my business, but it all starts with tracking our expenses. So those are just a few things that we're doing in our business that we're wasting money. So let me know in the comments, even if you're watching on replay, where have you wasted some money? No judgment. I've done it. We've all done it. Okay. Let me get back on the right screen here. Now, what's the flip side of that? In addition to stopping the waste, plugging all of those leak holes, so to speak, how can we save money in our business? And the first way we can save money is to use an all-in platform. And if you're kind of new to the world, what does that mean? And there's a couple of my favorites, which I'll mention in a minute, but an all-in-one platform gives you your calendaring system, gives you a way to collect money, gives you a way, a website platform, a way to build your funnels, a way to do email marketing. So that's what we call an all-in-one platform. There's several out there. My two favorite, one is Kartra. The other one is Go HighLevel / Funnel Gorgeous. Funnel Gorgeous is just a white label that's using Go HighLevel's platform. The reason that this will save you money, I think the going rate is about $99 a month or $109 a month. I don't even know for sure. But if you add up all of those miscellaneous tech pieces compared to an all-in-one platform that basically can do everything, you're going to come out ahead. What I tell people, especially if you're new in the business, that's kind of scary. It's like, oh, I don't want to pay $100 a month. But let me ask you something. If you bought a business, like a brick and mortar business, there's certain things you have to have. You have to have some kind of a cash register, something, right, to take the money. You have to pay the light bills. You have to do all of that. Is that making sense, what I'm saying? So when you're looking at where you're putting money, even though it kind of seems counterintuitive, you're really saving money if you just invest in one platform. I don't believe that there's only one platform that's perfect for everybody. When I get on a consultation call with people based on what they're trying to do, their skill level, bunch of other things, I have different recommendations. So that's my 2 cents about that. Another way, saving money, focus on your one. Now, what do I mean by that? When you are focused on your one main offer, your signature offer, I want you to focus on one main platform. Maybe it's Facebook, maybe it's Instagram, whatever it is, but focus on that one, the one platform. When you have this kind of narrow focus, You're saving money because when all of a sudden TikTok shows up and there's a really cool course out there and it's only $29, excuse me, and here's this course over here, it's $600. Look at all the great results that they're getting. I'm speaking to this because I've done it myself. You buy it, you spend money on it, and then all of a sudden it's like, but wait a minute, I'm not even ready to go down that line. So I tell people, stay focused on your one that actually is going to save you money. We've put the blinders on, we're just going to complete this mission before we get into anything else. Let me know if that's making sense. The other way to save money, and this is kind of the flip side of when you do invest in a coach or a program, you don't want knowledge per se, you want tangibles. Now, most programs out there, yes, you have to do the work, but at the end of the day, what tangibles are you going to have in your hand? What assets are you going to have in your hand? So let me use the franchise as an example. If you were going to purchase a franchise, some of them will set up everything. So they'll build the space, they'll, purchase the counters and the shelves and the cash register and all of that kind of stuff. And it's what they call a turnkey, right? You give them the money, you pay them every month, and you're good to go. Other people, the building is on you, but they give you basically this golden book, this SOP, standard operating procedure, that tells you step by step by step everything you need to do to run your business. In either situation, there's tangibles. You can put your hand on it. You know that once I get this, I can actually implement. So when you are looking at your business and getting ready to invest some money, look at what are the specific tangibles you're going to walk away with after you invest your money. And then the last thing is tracking your expenses and investing in the annual plan if you can. Now, what I mean by that is most of these programs, software, whatever it is, they give you the option of paying every month. So if you're just starting out in your business, it's a lot easier to pay $12 a month versus, I don't know what the math is, $96, okay, for the annual plan. And when we get into the spreadsheet here in a few minutes, when you start adding up the differences, it's a huge amount. So my challenge to you is, and again, if you're starting out and you don't have a lot of money, pick the one thing that you know you're going to be using all the time and invest in it. So maybe it's Canva. You're just now starting out and you're going to pay for a year program for Canva. And then tell yourself the next thing that I'll invest in for my annual plan is maybe my all-in-one. So instead of spending $100 a month, I'll invest, and it only costs me $900 instead of $1,200. Okay. So just make a mental note of what things you can invest in, and you'll recoup the savings. And it's just a lot easier on your business. All right. Still with me? Did my system freeze? Let me just refresh this. I don't know why I always have to refresh, but hopefully, okay. I think we're all still here. Just let me know in the comments. Yep. Yeah. Carrie said, yep. Spent, we've all been there. We've wasted some good money on things maybe that just didn't work out. But hey, it's a learning process, right? All right. Now, let's talk about some easy ways to create your profitable business. And I've touched on these a little bit as we've gone along, but I want you to focus on the results that you deliver. When we come from the corporate world, we've been isolated basically by department, so to speak, okay? And maybe we got really good at whatever we're doing. And then we're going to take it online. We're going to be our own boss. But what happens is, because we're creatives, because we're geniuses, really, right? All of a sudden it's like, okay, well, I could do this and I could do this and I could do that. But then what happens is we have kind of a mixed bag of services, and nothing really is scalable. So I tell people, let's pick your signature program, your signature product that actually gets results for people, and just focus on that. So going back to that one mantra, we're just going to focus on that one thing. And the beauty of that is you're going to get really good. You're going to start really identifying those people that can benefit specifically from that, and it's going to be a lot easier to scale. The other thing that I tell people is you need to, I don't know, let me just say this. I don't know who invented the rule that every coaching session or every Facebook Live has to be 60 minutes long. I'm going to tell you a secret. I love to watch the replays because I like to speed things up. I usually go at 1.5 or 2 because I cannot stand something that takes 60 minutes when you could have told me in 20 minutes. That's how I want you to build your business. And here is the secret. If you trim off all of this extra stuff that people really don't need, the inside of you, you're thinking, well, I need to be giving them more, more, more. No, you need to offer less so that people are crystal clear on how you help them and they can quickly get a result. Is that making sense? Let me know in the comments. And everybody's probably heard the saying before, but if you went to a dentist and he pulled your tooth, I don't even know how much that costs anymore, but I don't know, $100, $250, whatever, and it takes him 5 minutes, you're happy to pay that money because you're out of pain and it was quick. You're in and out, and now all of a sudden that problem is resolved. When you create your online business, when you can deliver that type of crystallized, focused results, people are going to love you, because who has time for all this nonsense, right? So less is more. And then the other thing, when you're working in your business, the main problem that I see people that they struggle with is that there's never any clear direction. They're missing the accountability, and they're missing those step-by-step guides. Because again, we are flooded with information. People are not buying information. They're buying the shortcuts. Just give me the steps, give me the checklist, give me the step-by-step direction, and give me the kick in the you know what to keep me going. And then the last thing, the name of this group, Systems to Scale Your Business, aka systems. Systems, it's not a sexy word. It kind of frightens people. Systems, all it means is recognize the pattern. Whatever it is you're doing in your business, recognize what that pattern is, come up with a little systemized way of doing it. And that is how you are going to scale your business. So going back to the franchise model, why do you think these franchises can sell their franchise for big money? Is because they have created these systems, these checklists, these step-by-step directions. And then it's just rinse and repeat. So for your business, that's what you need, is to start looking at these systems. And if you're just getting started, don't worry. But I always tell people, if you do something more than twice, just pay attention. It's like, oh yeah, I just did this. Even little things, going to a certain folder. Is there a way you can streamline that process so that it's super easy? You don't have to think about it. You don't have to make that decision again. All right. You still with me? Okay. So here's just an example on one of my programs. I'm not going to go into the details, but I honed in on the transformation that people would get, and then the three main problems that they struggle, and then the three main solutions, and then just little teaching points around those solutions. Now, if somebody is trying to figure out how to become a successful coach, online coach, or creative, these are kind of the three main problems that they struggle with. If they could get these main problems satisfied in a short amount of time, they had the checklist, they were ready to go. How valuable do you think that is? Right? Okay, so if you're still with me live, now what I'm going to do is, and I mentioned at the beginning, one thing that literally changed my business was this sentence right here: track every single penny. Sometimes maybe it's a mindset issue. Maybe we think it doesn't matter. Now, accountants, they probably come from this from a different angle, but I think most of us creatives, a few dollars come in or a few pennies, and we think, well, that's not very much. I want to be making millions. I want to make thousands and thousands of dollars. And, oh, I just got a $12 order from somebody. But here is the deal. If you learn to start tracking every single penny, and if you learn to look at your business income and expenses every single day, you know what's going to happen? You are going to get super excited when you see those little green ticks go up. It's like, yes, I just got $1. Yes, I just got $2 from this. Oh, I got an affiliate payment for $10, whatever it is. When you start tracking every single penny, it almost becomes like a contest with yourself. And I challenge you, come up with a little goal. If you want to raise $100, come up with like a little contest. Can I raise $100 in the next 7 days, or $1,000, or 5,000, whatever it is? So come up with an amount, set an end date, and let the games begin. And look all over the place. How can you earn that money? How can you find that money? Don't discount anything. If that money comes to you, I want you to track it and have fun with that little game. All right. And then, like I say, I'm going to show you here in a second how to track it with this spreadsheet. The other thing is, and it took me a long time to do this, I don't know why I resisted, but get serious about your business, really serious, and become the CEO and open a business checking account. Nowadays, especially credit unions, they're free, or, as long as you have a small balance in it, it's like a no-brainer. All you have to do is get your DBA, your doing business as little piece of paper. I want you to get serious about it. And this is going to do a couple of things for you. Again, it's like a mindset thing. So if all of a sudden you have a business account, a business checking account, and a savings account, and maybe a business debit card, all of a sudden, as CEO of your business, you're just going to start looking at things differently. You're going to look at things differently as far as how you're spending your money and how you're growing your money. And then the next little tip is, if you're going to be tracking your money, you have to make it easy. And so there's a way that you can pin this spreadsheet up on your browser bar, and I'll show you that in a second, so that it's super easy. You don't have to go hunting for it. You just click that, it opens up, and you can enter your expenses. You can look at your income. If I'm out and about and, I get a little receipt or something. Did I freeze? Let me just check here. So if I get a little receipt, as soon as I come home, I lay that right on top of my keyboard and I enter the details. If I receive an email receipt, I've signed up for something, I leave that email open so that I know that I track it. All right. So you want to be able to track every penny and make a habit of it. All right. So let me come back here with you. So am I making sense? Again, let me just take a look at the comments here. Yep. Yes. Yes. People love it when they understand, when things are clear to the point, they know what actions they need to take, they know what's involved in it. So that is perfect. And yes, we're all in the same club. We've spent money, but we're not going to cry about it. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to learn and move on from there. All right, now what I'm going to do is, let me see if this will show up. Yay, I think it is. Let me hop over into this spreadsheet. Let's see. Can you see this? Just let me know okay. I don't know why there's such a delay here. So I'm going to hop into this spreadsheet. I'm going to give you the 5-minute training on how to use this. And then I'll put the link below and then just reach out if you have questions. Let me show you what this is. There's several tabs along the bottom for each month. There is a monthly summary, a year total, and then you see income master, expense master, and list. So right now I'm on the tab that's called yearly total. What I love about this is in a glance, you can tell exactly where you are. So you can see how much you've earned so far, and you can see what your expenses are so far. All right. If you go to the expense tab, this is where we enter all of our expenses. So basically, the only two tabs you're going to work in for the most part are the expense master and the income master. I recommend that you only fill in the expenses as they happen. So, and I'm going to talk about how you get these categories in here in just a minute. But let's say, your phone bill, that every month it's $65. The temptation would be to just go ahead and fill it in all the way across. But if you do that, when I hop back over here to my yearly total, this isn't a true number now because I've put those projected in there. So as you're working on your expenses, then I tell people just deal with each month that you're on. All right. The same thing with your income master. So again, let's say that every month I'm getting income like as a Kartra affiliate, I could fill that in all the way, but it's going to skew my results as far as what I'm truly making at the moment. And that's what we want. We want, if somebody came to me tomorrow and said, what are your expenses and how much have you made to date? I could tell them in a second. All right. The other beautiful thing is these individual tabs. So if I click on January, it gives me the January breakdown. I have a February breakdown and so forth. So if I have an accountant or a bookkeeper, if I wanted, I could just print this out and share this with her or him every month. All right. Is that making sense? So how do you use this? Excuse me. The very first tab is called list. And this is how you basically categorize your expenses and your income. And let me just say this. I know that I'm trying to think of the name. Carrie, you might know one of the bookkeeping systems. It's pretty inexpensive. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes people say, well, why not get that? Well, you certainly can, but this is a free version for a lot of people when they're first getting started in their business. They're not paying a bookkeeper yet. They're trying to keep their expenses low. So remember when I said spending money on software that you don't necessarily have to have? Here's a good example. This will serve a lot of people for a long time. So what do you do here? I like to know which pockets my money is coming from, because that will help me figure out what's worth my time. And if there's areas that I could capitalize on. So let me give you an example here. So here I just have affiliate sales. I'm going to update that, and I'm just going to say Kartra affiliates, if I can spell. I'm going to say FGF affiliates. Okay. Why would I want to break that down? So I have another confession to tell you. I am a software junkie, but I think because I've been in IT all my life, I can afford to purchase extra software and test it and play around with it. But there are a lot of programs that I purchase. Only my favorite ones, only the ones that I stand behind, do I become an affiliate. But when I first got into the affiliate game, I almost felt guilty. And then I thought, you know what? Somebody's going to buy a piece of software to run their business. And if I'm going to help them, if I'm going to be supporting them, then it's okay if I offer the affiliate. So on my income, I started tracking where my money is coming from. And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, I never realized that, I made $2,000 last year from an affiliate with Kartra. I'm just making up numbers, but you know what I'm saying here. The other thing that's good is, so maybe I run workshops. Maybe I have a mini course. I think it was called Stack the Deck. Okay. It was like a $27 course. You can get as detailed as you want, or you can put them in bigger buckets. QuickBooks, yes, that's that's the software I was thinking of. So yes, I will share this spreadsheet with you. You can make a copy, you can modify it just like what you see me doing. And basically, all you're going to do is modify the list, these two columns, and then every month, or not every month, every day, basically, you get into the income master and the expense master, and you add the details there. Yes, QuickBooks, that was the software I was thinking of. Okay. So on the list, I want you to come up with like your major categories that money comes to you, and then put in your major categories of some of your expenses. And again, if you wanted to get real technical, you could look at how you do your taxes and use the same word there. But normally on your taxes, they kind of clump everything together. And I want to know exactly, like, not just software, but, okay, I paid this much for Zoom. I paid this much for Loom. I paid this much for Canva, all that kind of stuff. All right. I'll just add that while I'm thinking of it. Another thing is I do have a category just called monthly software. And then down here, I added annual software. So now let me come over here to the expense master. And I'm just going to put an example. So let's say my Loom, and what category. Let me just open this up here a little bit. So these little drop downs, see how the little drop down, the drop downs are coming from everything that you add here. So you just, anytime you need a new little category, you just come to the list and add it. Okay. So Loom, yes, it is software, but I'm going to put on here that it's monthly software. And I don't even know, I can't remember how much Loom is, but let's say it's $11. But then let's just say next month, I'm just going to write myself a note that I purchased the annual plan for, I don't know, what would that be? Somebody help me do the math. 120. So I don't know. Let's say they had a Black Friday and it was 99. Okay. Again, kind of making up numbers here. So on my category, for me, this is how my brain thinks. However your brain thinks, it's yours to use. So I'm just going to call it annual software. And now I'm up here in the February category, and I'm just going to put $99. All right. So then looking back, and you see that this basically is like a diary for us, because looking back, I've got my note right here. Oh, that's right. In February, I upgraded to the annual plan, and guess what? Ching ching. I just saved myself $20 or $30 by doing that. And then maybe the next month, Zoom, I'll just say that, purchase the annual plan. Again, I don't know how much these things cost. We'll say $297. And we'll say annual. And then this was in March, $297. Okay. So is that making sense what I'm saying? And again, each month you only focus on that column. And if you scroll all the way down, it doesn't matter, right? Because then when you come over to your yearly totals, you've got this running amount of your income, the running amount for your expenses. And again, if you wanted to print things off, and this is another great key for you, is because when you are tracking every penny that you spend, every penny that you earn, when you start seeing dips or increases in either one, you can come to these sheets and think, now what is going on? So let's say you purchased, let me come back over here to expenses. So let's say you opted in for the Funnel Gorgeous software for the annual plan, and that one was $1,099. And again, I think everybody can see what I'm doing here. Annual. Oops. What did I say? Okay. So then again, when I'm looking at my monthly totals, if we look at my expenses here, all of a sudden there's a big spike. It's like, what in the world happened in April? And then I can just come back over here and I can see at a glance, I can see the details, or I can also come on this sheet and just look. And then it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense why my expenses went up. And likewise with your income, you run one of your courses. So let's say next month, I get 5 more people opting in on my program here. So now when I look at my summaries, you can see the expenses hop up. And then when I go to the monthly, I can quickly see what were my down months and my up months. All right. Is that making sense? Anybody have a question on this before I hop off of the spreadsheet here? So let me just come back to you. Yes, absolutely. So let me hide that and let me come back here to you for a minute. So to recap, maybe I should add, let me come back here just for a quick second. We'll just come back up here to the agenda. Maybe. Hang on. Okay, so we talked about looking by tracking your income, tracking your expenses, paying attention to where you're wasting money. And a couple of ways that we identified: too many tech tools, too many distractions, programs that don't deliver. Okay. We also talked about quick ways of saving money. Use an all-in-one platform. Stay focused on your one. Only opt into programs that actually deliver tangibles. And of course, track your expenses and annual plans. Whoops, went the wrong way. Okay. And then to really grow your business, you need to get hyper-focused. Remember that less is more. Get the accountability and the directions that you need, and set those systems up. Especially if you're just starting out, look for little systems that you can implement in your business. That makes sense? So, and I don't know if I can show you up here, but if you have a, let me see, can you see my, is it showing up? I don't think it is. You can drag the URL of your spreadsheet down to your browser bar, and that will like make it ready for you at the moment. I don't think I save the entire screen here. So, but I'll show you sometime how to do that if you don't know it. Because here's a quick little system tip for you. If it's not easy, you're not going to do it. So I want you to download the spreadsheet and customize it according to you, and then make it easy so that when you want to enter your expenses and your income, you're going to do it. And just a little commercial break here. If you want more help to leverage your business and to get the revenue that you deserve, there's 4 different ways that I help people. I'm getting ready to open up what I call my DBA Prep School, Digital Business Academy Prep School. It's $7 a month. And the whole purpose of that is if you're just starting out in business, I help you figure out who you're going to serve, how you're going to serve them, what your unique positioning is in the market, all of those kind of initial things. And then the goal is for you to graduate that school and to move into my Digital Business Academy, my DBA membership. That's a $47 a month membership. And in that membership, you get hands-on tech support from me. So that's priceless just by itself as you're trying to navigate all of the different software and tech pieces. Every month we have some kind of a master training. Any of my paid master that's under $100, you get those free. And then I've got systemized training to help you get to the next level. All right. And then my 2 coaching programs, if you're looking for one-to-one coaching, I call it my 30 days to done. This is an accelerated 4-session coaching where we basically hone in on one project and we work towards getting that little project done. If you are ready to build out the 3 main systems of your business so that you get leads every day and it's an easy selling system, and we create the system so that it's easy to scale, then that's my 20K Code Biz Accelerator. And that one is you can either opt in at $250 a month or it's $2,500. That is 3 months of intense one-to-one with me. And then you also get a year inside of my DBA membership. So that is how I help people. I hope this has been useful for you. Let me know in the comments. And again, if you're watching on replay, make sure you let me know what was your favorite takeaway from everything that you've learned here. And just a little plug for my YouTube channel. If you happen to watch this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button because I always am adding more stuff out there also. So any other last question? Last questions here before we hop off. Let me refresh my screen. I love it when people are here live, so thank you for joining me live. And let me just see if there's any questions over there. Perfect. Yes, and so I will drop the link. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll drop the link in the comments. And again, you'll just log into Google and make a copy, and you're good to go with that. All right. Any other questions? If not, I'll hop off here and get to work planning out all of your business expenses. All right. Thanks. See you next time.